Well, it's Monday night, and I'm doing this video again, kind of late. And I'm sitting here wearing running clothes. In particular, I'm probably breaking some sort of video rule by wearing a shirt that has like a weird writing on it or a pattern of some sort. But whatever, I'm not in this for aesthetics, or I wouldn't be here with this crazy hair either. I'm just doing this to kind of have a place to kind of deposit my thoughts and share things that maybe theoretically might help somebody else as I go on my little journey. And it's just kind of ironic that I'm wearing this shirt because this run that this shirt was from, I think it was my first overseas half marathon. I only did a handful of overseas half marathons, but they each felt like such an incredible accomplishment. And right now, today, I don't feel very accomplished. I feel scattered and unfocused and anxious. Things today continue to just kind of careen down this path of everything is shutting down. Everyone is really anxious. There's a lot of just talk, constant chatter about this virus. And today I have just really found myself totally scattered and just trying to focus. And I didn't actually get a workout in today, which is really my primary way of trying to maintain my equilibrium. So I have workout clothes on, but I just never got to the point where I could get a workout in. I did take a long walk, which was nice, but it's just been a kind of a difficult day. And I think the kind of main theme that just keeps running through my head is this idea that when all this settles, I really do believe, and maybe I'm naive, I really do believe that we're going to be better for it. Which is really ironic that my candle just went out right when I said that. There's no meaning there, I'm sure. I honestly do feel that we're going to be okay, and that we're going to learn some things about ourselves that we didn't know before, some new ways of forming community, just like we did after Hurricane Katrina in this community. Just as we've seen people come together during times of crisis. Yes, there's still political divide. Yes, there's a ton of misinformation. Yes, there are political points to this that don't need to be there. Yeah, that's all there. But what I see as I'm distracted with my social media is people helping other people find ways to teach their kids at home, helping other people share information about how to take care of families and service workers and people who are starting to really struggle already financially. I see new ways of being creatively social. How can we connect with other people when we can't actually have gatherings anymore? How can we support small businesses down the street who can't serve out of their restaurant anymore? I'm seeing a lot of ways that we're already supporting and helping one another. And that feels really heartening to me. And so I had a supervisee in my office today who she's just a badass social worker who I look at as being really tough. And she said to me, just really quietly and very serenely, but like I was going to have some sort of answer, what do I think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? And I just had to kind of sit for a minute with her question. And I looked at her and I said, I don't know what's going to happen. But I reached over in my office and picked up that little plate that I have in there that says everything is going to be okay. And I do believe that, and I showed it to her. I said, this is just kind of what I think. I think we're going to go through some really tough times. I think we're going to lose some people. I think our medical system is going to be frayed. I think that we are going to see where we have some gaps in many systems in our country. And this is going to be difficult. But I think we're going to be okay on the other side of it. But that's really the only way I can look at it. And I really do. I really think that there are going to be some lessons learned from this that are going to be really useful and really heartening. I haven't given up on people. I know we can really be senseless, and we can do things that don't take care of one another, like hoarding all the toilet paper, right? Or buying up all the hand sanitizer in the state of Tennessee. Um, but we also can reach an arm out to help the elderly neighbor across the street. I'll get your groceries so that you don't have to expose yourself unnecessarily. Checking on people, again, all these things I mentioned earlier, the ways we're supporting each other already. So I think that the humanity is going to come out. And I know we're going to see some ugly stuff too, but I like to believe that the humanity wins, but we'll see. So that's what's on my mind. I've been working super hard the last few days. I'm really focused, in my head at least, on what I can do to revamp my private practice in the light of what's happening right now. I'm pretty nervous right now about money. I'm scared. I want to keep focused on the abundance model and not the scarcity model of thinking, the way of thinking about what's out there in the world. With everything being shaken up like this, I feel certainly to some degree afraid for my, kind of financial situation. But I'm focusing on trying to just get one thing done at a time, one thing at a time, one thing at a time. But it's tough. So that's where my thoughts are. I heard a song yesterday that I thought was really pointed. It might have just been a one-hit wonder. Sorry, hun. Desiree is her name. But I don't know, maybe she had some other hits, but she had this song called You Gotta Be. And I heard it the other day and I thought, this is a good song for what we're dealing with right now. And so I'm going to add that to my playlist. It's just a nice little ditty. And I think we can use a little ditty about being stronger and surviving and maybe even thriving, but that we can do more than we think we can do. So I'm going to post that. The mind-body practice actually that I want to do tonight is so very, 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 very simple. And it is back to that little plate that I just mentioned. My mind-body practice tonight is going to be a mantra that's very simple. And I may stand tonight before I go to bed when I do this, because I like the idea sometimes when I feel ungrounded and unmoored of actually standing and feeling my feet on the ground. So as I just sort of demonstrate this, I want to pretend that I'm standing, because if I stand right now, you'll see my midsection, which is not my best section right now. So we're just going to pretend I'm standing. But when I do this, I'm going to stand and I'm going to close my eyes. Not for the whole time because I have balance issues, but I'm going to stand and I'm going to close my eyes just for a moment, and I'm going to feel the floor underneath my feet. I have a hardwood floor in my bedroom, and so I'm going to feel the floor underneath my feet. It's kind of cool. Feel it now. You feel that wooden feel, and as I'm standing my full weight on it, I'm going to say to myself, I am strong and I'm standing, and then I'm just going to breathe. And then 5 times, maybe 6. After every exhale, I'm going to say, everything is going to be okay. And I'm going to inhale. Everything is going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. It's that simple. Sometimes we need to say those kinds of things to ourselves. That is a mind-body practice. I am going to stand and breathe and say that to myself. I think 6 times is good, but however many times I feel like I need to when I'm in the moment, I'm not even going to count. I'm just going to say it as many times as I need, and I'm going to say it out loud. And that's going to be my practice. And so anybody else who thinks they might benefit from that, go for it. It can be very helpful just to give yourself a little message, an affirmation of reassurance. So we'll see where I am tomorrow. Everything's changing so fast nowadays, but hopefully tomorrow I'll feel just a little bit more caught up. We'll see.